I know. It's what happens when we miss one and then say we're going to reschedule and then don't reschedule.
It's been so crazy. I
don't blame anybody.
I also have a important job interview tomorrow morning, so I've been cramming all weekend for it. So.
Have you?
Yeah.
They're making me go to the office on Tuesday.
Oh, no.
That's terrible.
For a full day, which means 17 hours.
Oh.
What?
3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back. They won't spring for a hotel.
That's awful.
Are they laying everybody off? What's going on?
Well, they said that my boss said that the new CIO is not comfortable approving my promotion until she's met me in person, which is funny because A, that's bullshit. B, it's a giant company, so they set the budget for salaries at the beginning of the fiscal year. And so if this was not approved in May, when my notice was kind of wonky, then
wait, no, this is on the podcast, so we're not talking about that.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that we were live.
Oh yeah, we are on YouTube live now, by the way. We are.
Hi, boy, I sure hope no one from my job is here.
Yeah, or whatever.
No one. They have to have a sense of humor, which they don't.
If this is the first time, I mean, this isn't the thing that will get you screwed.
Yeah, it's fine. And no one knows anything. No one knows anything. No one even knows your name.
I do.
True.
I do too.
Okay, that kind of creeps me out.
Well, we know, and we haven't said anything, so everyone knows.
Well, that's cool because it's not like I answer to it.
Right? Your real name is Aralite. Everyone knows that. Okay, we're on YouTube, so we may as well kick off a podcast. Whoa, camera! Waiting. I was gonna set up my DSLR because you can do that and make it like do nice things, but then I took a nap. So.
It's also like hard, right? Because you have to get it stood up on your desk at the good angle.
Yeah, I mean, I have a little like tripod that could do desktop stuff, but I would have to play around with it, and I did not. I slept. It was good. Okay, podcasts. Yes. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the totally legit. You're laughing, Arrow.
I'm sorry. I forgot this was a no fun zone.
Episode 69, part 69. Are we there yet?
Oh my God. This is the no fun zone. Incredibly serious. Totally
well, then you need
legit
to
podcast.
Stop clearing your throat and straightening your shoulders and putting on the professional voice when you do the intro because it's hilarious every time.
If I don't do that, I won't have the professional voice. This is episode 116 for the week of July 24th, 2017. My name is Lior. With me today are my two usual co-hosts, Aralite and Alindrio, and today we are going to talk about Ellie's been playing video games, so we're going to talk about that. Destiny 2, a little Splatoon 2? Splatoon 1? Splatoon 2? 2. Nice. Diablo. And we can also talk about Diablo 3. Yes. All right. And we can also talk about some trailers that have come out. It's Comicon going on in San Diego this weekend, so it's been a bounty of superhero trailers, and we can talk about that. But first, let's talk to Aralite. How was your weekend?
It's been 11 million degrees here this weekend, so we haven't done anything, but haven't even turned on computers this weekend because it's too friggin' hot. Yeah, it was 103 degrees yesterday. That's no good.
That is no good. It was 87 here yesterday, and I thought I was going to die. So
that's pretty terrible.
Yeah, I mean it's around 90 all weekend here too. So.
Yeah, I don't like it. Well, that's good. Have you managed to stay cool this weekend?
Cool enough. Yeah. The kids have wanted to play outside and they're not allowed because it's too hot and they'll die. So, yeah, being cooped up with the 4-year-old now next week, and the almost 7-year-old is very exciting and fun. But school starts in a week and a half, so
yay! You get some of your time back to yourself.
Yes.
Nice. Ellie, how's your weekend going?
Good. My birthday is this week. So I've been having family birthday celebrations, and we went swimming yesterday at like one of those pools where you can walk in zero entry. And there was like one of those mushroom fountains and all sorts of thousands of kids, but it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Amazon Prime Day was a couple weeks ago, and usually I don't bother, but I got an Instant Pot, which is like a pressure
They're
cooker.
so great.
They're so great. So this weekend I've been like pressure cooking everything. I'm like, I bet we could put that in the pressure cooker.
Make
So
yogurt.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to make yogurt because I love yogurt in my smoothies. I did chicken yesterday. And then the best part was you take it out. And then while the chicken, like, you take the flesh off the bone, which was pretty easy. And then while I was eating the chicken, I was making stock out of the bones in the Instant Pot. How handy is that? Really handy.
My neighbor friend cooks everything in her instant and homemade mochi and really soup all the time. So I'm gonna dig her recipes if and when I get one.
Ellie's cutting in and out, and Arrow and I are
No,
both nodding
why am I cutting in and out? This
at
is
the
bullshit.
camera. We're like, yeah, no, that's true, Ellie. I looked out of the corner of my eye and I could see Arrow being like, yeah. It was awesome.
Man, I thought I was actually like making a good point there and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure you were making an excellent point. We have no idea what it was.
I'm just saying, go look up
You said
on
something
Instagram
about mochi, and I'm like, yes, mochi is
Yeah,
delicious.
mochi. That's yes.
You can make mochi in your Instapot
Oh, okay, that's very cool.
and boba tea.
Oh, weird. Okay, that's good too. Yeah, I'm really excited. I did pho last weekend when we got it, and for like white girl instant pot pho, it was actually pretty good. So if I can do that, that's the end of it. I'll just eat that forever. So yay. But we're not all about cooking here. We're also about video games. That wasn't bad. I can see you cracking up. It's killing me.
I'm serious. We're seriously punchy over here. It's too hot to be awake.
About serious things.
We are a very serious podcast about very serious things like Splatoon 2, which is the most serious of video games. It's beta, right, Ellie? Is that true?
No, it came out.
Oh, it's out. Okay. How is it?
I don't know that much. I've only played about an hour or so, and I didn't do the multiplayer stuff, which is what the whole game is sort of focused on. I just did single player. So I was at a house where I don't know what the Wi-Fi code is. So, I mean, I could have gone and found it, but I didn't want to. That was like a lot of effort. So I just played it for a while, and it's fun, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. You're like a squid person. Teenagers, you're like teenagers with headphones on, basically, and you turn into squid and slide around in ink, which you also shoot other people and balloons with, and you can like climb up walls in the ink. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah, this sounds like a great game.
So it's actually like supposed to be a very fun multiplayer shoot 'em up thing with this like Nintendo facade on it. I mean, it's Nintendo, so it's got to be like weird and campy and teenagers.
It is, yeah. It's supposed to be, and I think the you can't. There's no voice chat. I think it is in the multiplayer, so you can draw little pictures to say things. But
definitely saw a penis chicken.
All right. Well, so while it is the internet and time to penis is very short on the internet, I believe it is sort of
the TTP protocol.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it is supposed to be a more welcoming, multiplayer PvP was sort of its pitch. I mean, particularly being on Nintendo and having teen squids. So yeah, that's what I've kind of heard is that the multiplayer is a lot more gentle than other multiplayers.
Yeah, there's actually really cool art. Like people have taken a lot of time to fill in every pixel on the little screen that they show with like really detailed, like comic book style art. Like a whole page of comic I've seen on some of the people's chat. And then I've also seen people like decrying how bad the North American artists are versus the Japanese artists. And it's like a static image that sits over your head. So somebody took the time to draw some fancy version of like trolling all the other people and then walking around their game.
It's kind of amazing, actually.
It's pretty awesome.
And leave it to the internet. In lieu of anything else to fight about, they'll come up with something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Hearthstone not have any chat either? So you have to get like shitty and passive aggressive with your nice play emotes.
Yeah, you got to like spam emotes over and over again. That is absolutely correct. Oh, never mind. Hi, I just noticed that the little, we didn't put our little thingies at the bottom of the screen.
Wait, do we get thingies again? I keep thinking they're taking away the thingies, and then
They've
the thingies
taken it and brought it back like 4 times.
Are
The thingies
are
back.
those considered chirons? No, because they don't move. Ooh, yours is blue.
Back.
You can choose your color.
Oh, and
Well,
reverse.
that's great. I can't actually open the control room, so never mind.
Where's my
no one knows who
custom?
I am.
Now we're just going to stop and do this now. Thank you, everyone, for watching us live on YouTube. I bet this is good. That's cool. Ellie, what else have you been playing lately?
I, for some reason, well, the reason is that I finished Andromeda, but I don't think we're going to talk about that right now because Arrow is actually going to play it and Lior is going to huff and puff and never finish it.
Correct.
Until we spoil it for her. It was good, but I want to talk about it when everybody's that's going to finish it is finished with it. It grew on me. And
I really like the characters.
Haven't
had time.
No, that's super understandable. So when you're done, it's cool. The movie night was super good when we finally get to that and all of that. So I didn't want to dig back into a gigantic RPG immediately. I have the back half of Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda in front of me.
Horizon Zero Dawn is so good. It's so
I know.
good.
I just needed like a little break. So I picked
understand.
up. I decided for some reason to look around, and I saw that Diablo 3 had the Necromancer class come out about a month ago, maybe, and then it was like, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll jump around at that, and it's fun to make things explode. So I started doing that, and then a new season started, and I was like, what the fuck is a season? So now I've been like reading the whole internet about what a season is and how much you're supposed to power grind for like 3 days, and people are already done with the season basically, and I'm like level 30. So it's fine. It lasts like 3 months, and it's a good game to mess around in between. It's changed a lot, I think, since I played it last. I'm getting like legendaries all the time.
When did you last play it?
Apparently season 4. So like,
oh, okay, yeah. I think that was when I last played it.
After the expansion came out, the Crusader expansion, but before the modern version of Diablo 3 was really all set. So
I like the seasonal thing they do with that. It definitely makes it easy to like jump back into the game.
Yeah, it's also really nice, especially it's especially nice for me because I never like got a whole bunch of Paragon levels and I never got a whole bunch of stuff. So like jumping into a season is basically like playing exactly like I am, except I get some cool rewards if I do some stuff. And I guess it gives you a reason to keep playing. And then it all rolls over into your like non-seasonal stash and character list and everything at the end. So yeah,
and then you get your character at the end. You can, play it again in the future if you want to and stuff.
I can't imagine having done 11 of these seasons in a row, though.
No, I think a lot of people, it's really front loaded, like you noticed. I think a lot of people will come back with a new season. They'll play like 3 weeks, and then that's their Diablo time done for like another 3 months.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could see doing that. And then you just, the harder thing is like, because you can get like a cool armor set and that every time, and you get these pets that apparently you can walk around with, and you get like the nameplates. You get like a special nameplate if you finish something in the season. So I guess it's just keep collecting your stuff for it's like the WoW expansion. Come and do everything for like a couple of weeks and then leave and then come back and
that is generally how WoW expansions work. Yeah. Come back in 6 months. Either that or I do find Diablo, it has the same problem as WoW does in that it starts to get super repetitive, which of course is like the thing of Diablo. So that's not necessarily a game criticism, just that I find my interest starts to wander off after like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I'm like,
yeah, I think if you had a like play group that you like dug in with, then it would be less repetitive. Like I'm sort of soloing everything. So it's already, the story is the same story. It's not It's like it's been so long that I'm kind of rediscovering it, which is kind of cool. But I can't imagine even like the second playthrough being like
Right.
particularly.
I don't think you necessarily play Diablo for the story. I think.
Well, yeah, no, it's definitely a make sure you have some way to listen to music, listen to podcasts, or watch TV on another monitor or your phone at the same time game.
Yeah, actually, it's an excellent thing. Yeah, to do that would actually be really relaxing. Like end of the evening, hit some pottery and watch something on the other screen.
Yeah, and I have to say, the Necromancer is super fun because I don't actually think it's like the end game build that people use, but the one I'm using right now is like all about the corpse explosion. And since I'm soloing, there's a million corpses everywhere. So I shoot a bunch of guys and then I explode things, and I explode all those guys, and I explode all those guys, and I just chain them all across the map, and it's amazing and feels so good. They've done a really good job with that sound being like the most satisfying sound. So like it.
Yeah, I think combat in Diablo,
Yeah.
whatever class I've played, has always been really satisfying.
Yeah, I played a barbarian before, and that was I would just like leap in and then like stun everything and whirlwind them, and they'd all die, and I'd be standing there in a million corpses, and it was amazing.
Right. Yeah, or if you're playing I can't remember, but you get all your various like witchy things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job of making combat really satisfying.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Aaron, did you play Diablo at all?
I have never played a Diablo game in my life, so you guys are saying words that are technically a language that I speak, but I have no idea what you're saying.
But you played Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like huge amounts of Warcraft are like based on Diablo.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I've never played Warcraft in my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say Warcraft.
WoW. What about WoW?
None of us would lower ourselves as to play World of Warcraft for years.
What about Overwatch? I bet there's something in Overwatch that's inspired from Diablo.
Yeah.
There are, yeah.
I don't know Diablo, so I have no idea.
All right, good. Destiny 2, you played a little bit of that, Ellie?
I only played a little bit of that in the open beta. I haven't actually pre-ordered it yet. I probably will at some point, but I don't know. I didn't really care that much, except that then they did an open beta. They did an open beta weekend, and everybody was like freaking out on the internets about how they changed things.
That's true. And
then they've made a whole bunch of posts about how like, don't worry, guys, it's a console beta. We had to ship this like 6 weeks ago. We've already changed all the balance things that you guys are bitching about, and you're like first level, so it's gonna be okay.
And I saw people, and I didn't exactly know what they were referring to, but I saw people on Twitter being kind of snippy about, way to make us play an old version, blah, 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 which I usually tend to side with game developers on this one, was just like, everyone settle down. But yeah, people were upset.
Yeah, so they rebuilt all their server tech and their game engine, I think, for this. So like getting the internet to play it for them is going to be way better than the like 20 in-house QA people. Maybe they have more than that, but like they don't have the internet, that's for sure. And they've gone from like dedicated servers to peer-to-peer hosting, I think, for everything in this. And like, so they just needed to know if their tech was going to fall down. I trust them.
Thing to know.
It's a great thing to know. It feels late, like 2 months or month and a half before the game is going to be released to figure out.
I can see that being a problem.
That's true.
Seemed okay. Yeah. Seemed all right. And like I trust them to get the balance pretty right, since when Destiny came out originally, it was really, really fun. And everything felt sort of good. I wouldn't be shocked if they do overcorrect a little from like people having played it for 3 years now.
Oh God, is it really that old? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
And it's,
maybe 2 years.
I recall it's coming out September 6th, but just for console. The PC version is coming out later in the year.
Yeah, I think it's November.
Okay. Yeah.
October and November. And it's going to be sold through the BattleNet store, which is weird.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that last time with the surprise. There's going to be a non-Blizzard game on your BattleNet launcher. That is going to be interesting. I mean, I'm planning on getting it. It sounds like it's going to be a good Christmas holidays game. I don't know why I'm getting it. I think I just want to be part of the zeitgeist, But people who played the first Destiny seem to think that this beta went okay. So
I felt like it played almost exactly like my early experience with Destiny, except that my grenades were really, really slow to recharge, and I trained myself to use them more, so I kept trying to throw them, and it kept being like, "Nope, your grenade's not ready," and that was really frustrating. People bitched about the supers a lot, which I didn't feel like in PvE they ever really charged much faster than they were. But I didn't dive into like the strikes and the instances or the PvP stuff that much. I mostly did the sort of like main story mission and then like one other thing. But yeah, I mean it was fine. And like I don't know, they did one thing where they changed the way that weapon loadouts work. And that one will be a bigger change, and I think that that's going to continue to be on people's nerves. And I don't know. I felt less bad about that one than I did about my grenades not being ready when I wanted to throw grenades into groups of enemies that were shooting me in the face.
If you had to like do an elevator pitch for Destiny, like what would you say?
End game Warcraft first person shooter.
Okay, all right.
I'm
interested.
With really good. Did you ever play the original Halo?
Yeah.
Or any of the Halo games? So I felt like Halo was probably one of the best console. It just felt really good. The shooter, like all the mechanics felt really good, and this feels very, very close to that, or better even. So the actual shooting and gunplay is awesome, but functionally what you do in it is there's a story that's some number of hours, and then you do a bunch of dailies where you get like bounties every day to go do something, and some of them are open world, but really it's like go collect 5 monkey asses from this place, and you like have to figure out where it is, and you just learn them.
So Star Wars Galaxies.
Okay. I never got to the end game of Star Wars Galaxies.
No, there was no end game. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, and then
the mission terminal.
Yeah. Oh, Galaxies. Right. Yeah, Galaxies. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking the other one. Galaxies. Yes. Pick up the mission. It's that one, yeah. And you get them from a bounty board. You don't even get them from person.
Yeah.
And then strikes, which are like 5 mans only. I think they might be 4 mans now, something like that. And there's like tiers of them. So there's like normal and heroic, and then there are raids with weekly lockouts, basically. So,
okay, yeah. And the combat's really good.
The combat's super fun. It's not as fast as Overwatch. It's not as sort of like the Battlefield and Medal of Honor games are kind of more one shot, one kill. You die pretty slowly and you kill pretty slowly. So it's like a slower pace of combat, but yeah, super fun.
That's awesome. Nice. I will check that out. You'll have to, since you'll get if you buy it, the console version before I get the PC version. So you can warn us if I'm about to make a terrible mistake buying the PC version.
Yeah, I'm likely to have it on both if it's decent. So
yeah,
I will warn you.
PC won't play together, will they?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why I know why they do the different consoles separately, and I believe that is contractual obligations between Microsoft and Sony, because they're the word on the street for the first Destiny was that the tech was in place and they had to pull it later.
Yeah.
But PC is like balanced stuff.
Yeah, as I understand it, aiming with a mouse and aiming with a controller makes those two great tastes that don't taste great together.
I mean, I'm sure they could figure it out, but yes.
I think Overwatch is the same way, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't think
consoles and PC play differently.
Yeah, that does seem to be a limitation, and it's true. I mean, you're going to be just rolled over by PC players if you're on console with their.
You're also there's also like a whole bunch of auto aim that goes into console first person shooters generally, that they have to change for mouse, and then weapon types, they have to like sort of adjust the balance for similar reasons. So certain weapons that hit really hard if you get criticals on heads. Like they have to tone back when you can get more criticals on heads.
Sure. That makes sense. That's going to be interesting to see because the Destiny community is a little high strung. So to see how they like, things playing easier on one version than another version and that kind of thing. That's good luck, Bungie. Good luck with that.
I'm just glad they're doing it. Like the more people that can play these games, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. And I would have not played Destiny 2 if it was only on console. But when they said it's going to be on PC, it's going to be on Battle.net, I'm like, well, all right. I buy everything else on Battle.net. So
do you have Battle Bucks? You have Battle Bucks to spend too?
I do have some Battle Bucks to spend. I do. So that's cool. Non-gaming stuff. One of the things that happened this weekend was San Diego Comicon, the big now highly commercialized explosion of nerdery. And they released a bunch of trailers, and I want to talk about some of them. But I think first off, we need to talk about the trailer for Ernest Cline's Holy Grail of pop culture.
Jesus Christ. What the? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Head up ass.
There was a trailer, for people who haven't heard our previous episode where we discussed this book, there was a trailer for the new Steven Spielberg movie covering Ready Player One, in which it did have the big golden letters on the screen saying Ernest Cline's Holy Grail of pop culture. And I was like, oh my God.
I saw that and I thought my very first thought was Lior is going to shit a brick.
Yes, you're right.
Yes. I'm sure the brick was in fact shit.
It was. I actually took a screenshot of that so I can make sure I quoted it accurately for this podcast, just to share how ridiculous. Okay, so I will say, I think the book looks like it's going to convert into a good movie because there were a couple scenes that I recognized, like the stacked trailers and the dancing in the sky scenes in particular. And I was like, hey, those could be, interesting cinematic stuff. It's sort of the same way that, people thought they would want to go see Valerian, hey, that looks crazy and over the top. There are some good cinematic scenes in the book, and I'm sure they're going to be well done. Do you guys remember the race that's in this trailer? Because there's an incredibly frenetic and action-packed race scene in the trailer, and I don't remember that in the book.
No, the whole thing's a race, right? Isn't the whole thing?
Yeah, but like it's an actual physical race.
Yeah, I know.
I was busy going, oh, look, it's the Iron Giant, and man, H's arc looks amazing, and that was pretty much.
I was not sure why the Iron Giant was in this movie trailer.
Apparently, the deal is they couldn't get rights to everything in the book, so they did a whole lot of
substitution.
Basically search and replace. Substitution. That's a way better way to put it. Except I'm pretty sure it was Control F, and yeah. And I think that is hilariously emblematic of many of mine, and I believe also, if I recall correctly, Lior's issues with the book as a whole, which is you can pull out references like puzzle pieces and
what
put
are you
other ones
talking
in
about? It's the Holy Grail of pop culture.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, that's literally the point of it though, right? Or maybe not the exact point. I think that was one of the themes that we did talk about the book, is that it was so able to be substitute. It could have been anything. It happened to be the 80s because that's what this guy, and it happened to be particular brands because that's what this person was nostalgic for. But it's just a story. Well, it's not just a story. It's mostly a story about nostalgia.
Right. I like that someone made the point on Twitter after seeing the trailer that the Oasis, the MMO world that they go into and most of the action takes place in, is actually, if you look at it based on the book, the most poorly written software with the worst user experience ever. They created a bunch of puzzles that can only be solved with specific outside knowledge and stuff. And that's just bad game design.
I feel like that's a game design that was really popular at a certain point, and then
that's actually okay. You're right. The verisimilitude is correct. I watched the trailer with Vajra, who has not read the book, and only I asked him if he ever wanted to read the book, and he was like, "Isn't that the one you called Reddit Player One? I'm not going to read that." And I was like, "Well, okay." But we watched it, and he's like, "Why is that Iron Giant? Why did Iron Giant just shoot Freddy Krueger? Why is this happening? What is this book?"
Was the Iron Giant standing next to Link?
I believe there was a link there, yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't even
there was the first time the Iron Giant showed up, the main dude, I can't even remember his name because that's how memorable he was to the plot of that book. had the Iron Giant on one side, and on the other side was somebody with at least one sword or possibly cross swords on his back, and it looked kind of like Link.
Oh, this movie.
You got to go back and watch the silhouette.
It's like could it be like a 2-hour long version of like a BuzzFeed "You Were Born in the '80s" if you remember this list?
Isn't the Iron Giant after that?
Yes.
The Iron Giant was set. Oh god, yeah. It's not 80s. That was 90.
The Iron Giant. The Iron Giant is like the Iron Giant was not.
Yeah, it would have been like 91, 92. Yeah, so they're not even sticking to the 80s stuff anymore because they just got to cram it all in there.
I think Arrow and I are like the actual target age for it, right? Like, we were like children's. We were like a little bit. You were a little bit ahead of us. Is that true?
We were the same age, motherfucker. What
Are
are you doing?
Motherfucker?
I believe we are like literally exactly the same age.
Okay,
I think
I'm
she's
sorry. I'm
maybe
thinking of somebody else
like
then.
10 months older than me to the day.
I'm a tiny bit older than
Whatever.
that.
All right, so you guys are older than me by like a couple
Yes,
of
child.
But like my childhood is like you get part of it, and because this was the problem for me was like a bunch of these references were like a little bit early for me, and I'm not sure if they were a little bit late for you too. I think the band like no,
it was straight up.
It was perfect for me. Yeah.
So Iron Giant is like probably that amount younger than me. So we've had Cora on the show, and he's a few years younger. He's like quite a bit younger. But he was like the Iron Giant generation.
Yeah.
Which is
okay. See, though, literature, like Iron Giant is art. Okay, it's not. There's no age there. It's
but
beautiful.
But as far as being like a child and growing up around that, like when I was a child in that group, I watched War Games, which featured heavily in the book.
Is if the Brave Little Toaster is in this movie, then that I quit because that's that.
I don't know what that is.
I know what the Brave Little Toaster is. So,
is it Canadian? Is that why? Because it was on the Disney Channel all the time.
I had a poster of it on my wall, but ironically,
no, I didn't. Yeah, right. I didn't have cable until I was a teenager, so I missed out on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I think it is. I think Arrow and I are just about the right age, whatever age Ernest Cline must be. One of the things that is interesting about this book is they pretty much have to like hustle to get this movie out because in another 10 years, kids are not going to get any of those references. Like the book has such a short lifespan.
In another 2 or 3 years, all that shit's going to look real bad. Like the VR stuff is going to be.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Because, I mean, like the original Tron is super, super dated, but it still looks rad.
That's true, but they don't talk a lot about like, they're saving the world through playing cultural.
Yeah, but also we're talking about a Steven Spielberg movie here. Like these are not like it's not going to hold up. Like the amount of graphical work in here is not going to hold up the same way. Guarantee this is not even going to be like Jurassic Park, which when you look back on Jurassic Park looks vaguely okay.
No, Jurassic Park does not look vaguely okay. It still looks spectacular because it's practical.
I love it when we hit one of these Arrow.
Okay, but not all of it. Like the
vast majority of it. That's the thing. They layered the CG on actual practical animatronics. That's why it does not look like shitty animatronics or shitty CG.
The point.
It is so perfect. Fuck off. It's perfect.
The point here is that Jurassic Park is held up, whereas other movies with other effects-based movies have not. Even like Avatar looks shitty now.
Avatar looks shitty to begin. Okay.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen Avatar, so I can't say.
But the drop off is quick and like
that's because Avatar is very firmly in the uncanny valley. It's like in the valley of the uncanny valley. It's in the river that flows through the uncanny valley, drowning on the bottom of the swamp.
I just don't think these effects are gonna. I think they're gonna overdo the effects to like play Steven Spielberg's imagination, and then it's all gonna like 2 or 3 or 5 years from now, it's gonna look dated.
I mean, you saw that trailer. It is a special effects bonanza. It is like I don't remember that race scene. I don't even remember that. Also, I think Ellie made a good point that you can't remember the name of the lead character because I realized I can remember the name of the actor playing him, Ansel Elgort, which is not a very rolls off the tongue name.
That's what I thought that was, and someone told me it was somebody different, and I don't care enough to actually look it up and see if it's
I don't care either, but I'm pretty sure it's the Baby Driver kid who's Ansel Elgort, but I don't remember the name of the lead character.
See, I identify him as angry big brother in Divergent.
He was angry Big Brother and Divergent. Thanks, Arrow. Yeah, I love shitty teen sci-fi so much.
I figured that was a good point of reference for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, that movie is stupid.
I'm not finding
See, I
it.
think the movie might actually be kind of fun.
I'm sure
Because
it'll be fun.
I mean, they sucker punched me right in the feels with the excellent use of Tom Sawyer in the trailer, and like that's usually like trailers they get farmed out, right, and they put whatever music in it. Like that's why there was like for every fantasy movie in the 80s, they've got O Fortuna in the background. Yeah. Every one of those trailers does that. And like they could actually use Tom Sawyer in this movie and it would be both thematically and, nostalgia feels appropriate. And I really like that song and it looked really great in the trailer. And I'm going to go see it.
I also like
on cable. Yeah.
You know what? I was wrong. Maybe that's not Ansel Elgort. It's just some kid who looks like him.
The kid's name is Wade.
Oh, it's some
really?
kid named Ty Sheridan. Ty, I'm sorry. I called you Ansel Elgort.
Even though you look exactly like him. What is,
they look really
all 20-something
similar.
white dudes look alike.
That's probably true. Yeah. Oh, he was an X-Men. Okay, so sorry, Ty. But you do look a lot like Ansel Elgort.
The podcast, Ty.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what that racing scene is all about. And other than apparently, if you slow it down, one of the cars is a DeLorean.
Oh no! Why did you say DeLorean? You're gonna make Arrow angry?
Also, apparently, there's stuff like the assault rifle from Halo. One of the like orc dude is carrying.
This movie's already making me really angry.
And apparently, there's stuff from Gears of War. So we've jumped forward to like the 2000s, which is
I guess
weird.
they're trying to make it, appeal to as many people as possible by throwing in it is the pop culture holy grail because they just jam every reference known to man into it. I wonder what they're going to do with the scene where he has to recite the entire Monty Python and the Holy Grail movie and the entire script of War Games. How would they do that?
I wouldn't worry about it.
I am. I'm deeply worried about this.
Oh, so, Arrow. Apparently, it's a Ninja Turtle. It might be a Ninja Turtle.
What's a Ninja Turtle?
That
would be Leonardo if there are two swords.
It's like the actor's a Ninja Turtle.
Oh no, I found a still screen and somebody said that, and it kind of looks like there's a shell and two swords and like his bandana there, his headband thing.
I hate this movie.
Also, apparently, ostriches from Joust are in it. So
there's a whole big thing about Joust. That's their first trial.
I know, but.
At least that's like of the right time. It sounds like they've just gone, everything that's happened in the last 40 years is going to be.
And for what it's worth, Ernest Cline was born in 1972, so he's just a smidge older than we are.
Yeah, he's a little older than we are. So yeah, we're right about the right age for that. And we still don't like your stupid book, Ernest Cline, because he definitely listens to the podcast. Yeah, that was that.
Bye, listeners.
Bye, listeners.
I don't. I honestly haven't decided yet whether or not Steven Spielberg is like which way his touchy-feeliness is going to go.
Oh, it's going to be...
Because if his touchy-feeliness goes one way, he'll fix a lot of the shit that I hated about the last 10% of the book. But if it goes the other way, then I'm still going to hate it and want to punch everyone involved straight in the face. P.S. You can't put gull-ring doors on a hearse. The body will fall out.
Is it going to be end of AI bad?
Don't. Now you're walking on careful territory here.
Wait, why is that? Do you like AI? The end of AI?
No, I don't. I just love Stanley Kubrick.
The end of AI. You mean you didn't leave right at the end of the Blue Fairy?
Oh, I did.
I did.
I walked out when he jumped into
the lights on at my movie theater, so we left. So it's a great movie. What are you talking about?
Hey guys, why didn't they ever make a sequel to The Matrix?
Wasn't it great how Heroes had that one perfect first season and then never did anything else?
This is the best timeline. I'm into this. Yeah. So anyway, that movie is wrong, and I'm sure this is not the last time you're going to hear me talk about it. But let's talk about things that are right. Did any of
Can we talk about Thor Ragnarok? Can we?
I was about to say, did either of you watch the new Thor Ragnarok trailer? Because
okay, so I love the Thor movies like as a unit. I love all of them. They're so fun and just spectacularly awesome. I mean, there are little things to complain about, but I'm like, even the Dark World, it's so good. It's so good. And this trailer just, can't wait to see this movie. It looks so fun. It looks so fun.
Oh no, what's his name? Chris. Which Chris is he? Chris
Evans.
Hemsworth.
That's Hemsworth. That's the Australian one.
Yeah, it's
Wait, it's Evans, Pine, and Hemsworth, right?
Yeah.
Those are the three?
I
Okay.
love Chris Hemsworth's comedic timing.
There's also
and
What?
also Pratt. There's also Chris Pratt.
Oh
It's
yeah.
too many Chris's. But I enjoy Chris Hemsworth's comedic timing, and you can really feel it in this trailer. He's just got, he's got that really good. He's nailed the Thor swagger for his comedy, and it's nice.
he's
I
having
like
the
it.
time of his life.
Oh yeah.
I am a sucker for films where people are enjoying themselves. Like I don't even mean like, oh look, it's this actor in this part. I mean like everyone involved is having so much fun and they just want to share this super fun story with you. And that's I love those movies. Even when they're terrible, they become my very favorite things. So I don't care what if this movie is just the trailer on loop for 2.5 hours. I don't care. Please take my $20. I will even spend $20 more on popcorn twice.
I will go see that. I'm psyched for Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I love Thor. It's super fun. Like I know people that find the Thor movies boring and stuff, and I'm just
Those
like,
people
I
are
don't
bad and
know
wrong.
I don't know what movie you watched because it's hilarious.
And they
Like,
have
it's not
no
a-
sense of joy.
And they're not, and yes, they're kind of couched in vaguely serious terms, but he's not a serious character. I mean, he's a fucking Norse god, like in
Space.
in a bar in Nevada. I mean, like, I don't know, like he's just a dude. He's like out of his element, and it's amazing.
He is the lawful good one in the
Yeah,
Avengers.
and everybody hates the lawful good one.
And it's
Everybody hates the Paladin.
and that's people like to say Captain America is lawful good. No, he's not.
I will say, and we've discussed my reticence towards superhero movies before. However, when I look at like there was a new poster for the Infinity War, and when I see like all those characters come together, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could be into that. I could be into like everyone coming together and like, two gigantic movies. I think mostly because I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So
yeah, well, that's fair because those are amazing.
they're legitimately good movies. So seeing them come into everything, and I love the fact like they'll like hang out with Thor, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'd watch that. I'm into that.
Yeah, why
I
not?
would like to see they debuted their trailer or they showed it at Comicon, and it's not on the internet yet. So pirates, get on it.
Come on. Speaking of people having the time of their life in a movie, can we talk about how Jason Momoa was born to play Aquaman? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I have a lot of questions about this movie.
That's fine. I don't give a shit. Jason Momoa looks amazing. He's got his shirt off.
One of my friends went to see Wonder Woman on opening night, and he said, not only was his theater like 90% women, but when they showed the Justice League trailer and Jason Momoa takes his shirt off, the entire audience was just like, which I understand because scorching.
All I need for my life to be complete is for Jason Momoa, Vin Diesel, and The Rock to be in a movie. I don't care what the movie's about. I don't care. They could just be standing there forever, and that's really.
I mean, Vin Diesel and The Rock are in the Fast and the Furious movies.
I know, but Jason Momoa is not. I'm saying for it to be perfect.
Okay.
The world to be perfect. That's what we need.
Okay.
Right now, it's close to perfect.
It's so close to perfect. Yes, that looks like fun. And I did go to see Wonder Woman a couple weeks ago. And I love this new trailer that came out at Comic-Con because clearly they recut it to put so much more Wonder Woman into it, which was hilarious. They like Batflex like out the door.
It's gonna be real sad when that movie is not cut the same way.
Oh no, they after it made $1 bajillion, there was big news in Variety that they were doing a whole bunch of reshoots.
Oh, good.
Seriously.
Love it. I'm kind of irritated at the Wonder Woman movie though, because I actually turned to my husband yesterday and said, maybe we should watch Batman v Superman.
No, you shouldn't. You should not watch Batman.
All you need to do, go to Tumblr and tag Batman v Superman so you see the GIFs. And
right.
That's it.
Okay, that's good.
All you need.
That's going to save me time.
Go to YouTube and see, just search Batman v Superman Wonder Woman, and that's all you need.
Oh, yeah. So here's a question.
Yes.
Is Superman actually dead, or did he just leave?
I don't.
Would you
I
like
don't
the
know.
spoiler answer?
Well, no one has confirmed it.
Again, I'm not going to watch any of these movies.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of Justice League. Have we talked
Okay,
about
but,
Jason
I mean,
Momoa? Because
That's fine, but not. Don't think I'm going back to watch the Affleck movies.
yeah. See, I don't mind that Batman as a rule. I hate that Superman. So much. I mean, I know I'm the only DC person in the room full of Marvel
This is
fans.
Man of Steel, right?
Yeah, this is Man of Steel, and it's not Henry Cavill's fault at all. And I hate it less than I hated Superman Returns. But still, y'all, this is not Superman.
I feel
Speaking
like
of the lawful good one. Like, seriously, that's
he's the
whole
worst.
point.
Superman is the worst.
He's not, though.
No, but he is, though. But he is. He's boring.
No, he's not.
Even when he's not being boring, he's just boring.
Go back and watch the first Christopher Reeve movie. Okay? See, you can...
It's a lot of homework.
But
you need to talk to Vajra because he's also a DC guy, so you guys can commiserate.
And so I need to talk to Vajra about, is he... when we say DC, like... So I heard
comic books?
No. I heard a rumor that Jeremy Irons there at the end of the Justice League trailer, someone like zoomed in and did CSI reflection on his glasses, and it's Jon Stewart. Which, oh my God, I'm sorry, John Stewart, as in the Green Lantern, not Jon Stewart.
Right, but still, that's weird because I thought that scene was him seeing Superman, who is rumored to come back for this movie.
Yes, but they did like CSI shit on the reflection of his glasses, and it was green.
Enhance.
Yeah.
I was watching one of those the other day, like CSI Miami, where they literally took the image off the cornea of a dead person and was like, enhance it. And I'm like, no.
Wasn't that like Wild Wild West, the movie?
Oh, that movie was fun. Speaking of movies where everybody's having a good time.
No, except for Kenneth Branagh is not having a good time in that movie, which is really sad.
You know who was not having a good time around that movie was Kevin Kline, because we never saw him again.
What?
Wild Wild West.
Correct. Kevin.
After that?
Yeah.
Kevin Kline, yeah. What has he ever been in again?
He went back to the stage, which is his first love. Perhaps you've heard of a little thing called Pirates of Penzance. No, you haven't, because you have no culture.
I mean, I know that there is a thing called Pirates of Penzance. They do a little song about like being little schoolmaids. That's Pirate of Penzance, right?
Three little maids from school.
Yeah. See, I'm not also culturalist swine.
The modern Major General is.
I only know it because there was a Simpsons episode about it, though.
But that's animated.
Simpsons, adult. Also, I was a child when it was on, so I watched.
Also, Animaniacs has the best version.
I could see that. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Trailers. Were there any other good trailers? There was the Justice League and Jason.
There was a Black Panther trailer that everyone apparently shit a brick about, but it's also not been posted yet. And I really want to see that movie. I need that movie to happen now.
I am so into that first trailer, or the one before this one.
Doesn't matter. Just the idea of this movie.
The Jewels soundtrack. I watched that like 4 times. I hope that Black Panther comes out and does $1 billion and starts this awesome like Afrofuturism like.
Can we also?
Style.
Okay, this was not at Comicon. This was last week. But can we talk for a minute about A Wrinkle in Time, please? Can we?
No, I'm sorry, we can't do it. It wasn't at. It doesn't. Yeah. So yes, we can.
I have something Comic-Con related, but I want to talk about Wrinkle in Time. Go ahead.
You want to talk about A Wrinkle in Time? So I don't think it's possible for this movie to suck because everyone involved in this movie loves the book so much. So I'm hopeful, but like I cried like all the way through the trailer, like a tiny little baby. My daughter is named for this book, so it is super important to Tiny Arrow. It is one of the top 3 books of my life, and I'm really excited about this movie. Speaking of movies that need to make $1 bajillion and begin a renaissance.
Yeah, that looked good. I'm gonna see that probably.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I want to read that again.
I read it every year.
I don't have that kind of time.
It's very short. I actually have 3 books that I read every year on my birthday. The 3 books that are most important to Tiny Arrow. Luckily, one of those books can never, ever, ever be a movie, ever. Because it's about shape-shifting whale wizards in the Marianas Trench. So that one's safe.
Are you sure? That sounds exactly like the sort of movie they're going to make.
That sounds like a Steven Spielberg movie.
Well, Pacific Rim 2's like, didn't they come out of the Marianas Trench?
No, that
I did see the
really good.
teaser for Pacific Rim 2.
Yeah.
I really liked Pacific Rim. And then I said to Vajra, there's Pacific Rim 2 trailer. Do you want to watch it? And he said, no, I didn't really like the first one. And now we're divorced.
Why are you still married?
That's why there's a curtain behind you today. It's like just blood spatter and like
I didn't ask any more questions because I didn't really want to know his answer. But how could you not love a movie about giant robots with swords?
He probably had pre-existing feelings.
Okay. Do you only have like a really tiny television? Because I seem to recall saying that he didn't get to see it in the theater.
He didn't see it in the theater, and I think that's the problem.
Okay, so we have a giant ass television and a surround sound system. So what needs to happen is you need to bring him here, and we'll watch Pacific Rim on my giant ass 4K television with liquor. We'll bribe him.
Good. Also. We'll get him over. We'll sit him on the couch and we'll be like, haha, now we're watching Pacific Rim.
And we'll do that thing where when you watch movies with someone who's never seen it before, and it's like your favorite when you just stare at them the entire time. And you wait for them to have the proper reaction to every good part of the movie.
If they don't, then they can't be part of the family.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer for Psych?
I heard that they were making a Psych movie. I never finished the TV series.
You don't need to finish the TV series.
Yes, I do.
I mean, okay, but like not to watch the trailer.
No,
you do not need to watch the movie. What? No. It is Sean and Gus dicking around in their house. That is the trailer.
Is it fun again? Because that was why I stopped watching the show, because it stopped being fun, and I was like, if I wanted drama murder mystery, I would be watching not this show.
This was them getting back in the Psych spirit, and it was good. It was really good, and I want to see this movie now, like right now. And I also want to watch all of Psych again, except it's not on Netflix anymore.
No, how will I ever finish it?
I don't know.
Too slow.
I only have like 2 or 3 seasons.
Can I stream it?
Yeah, I know, right? Any other trailers that particularly stood out for you guys? I think there was the Stranger Things series.
Oh yeah, we watched that one.
Stranger Things trailer. Oh.
Talon told me I wish I'd never started watching that show because it's too scary, but I don't want to not watch it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Scary? It's scary?
It is tense. Yes,
maybe
it is
if
tense.
You're 10.
No, maybe if you do not watch horror movies for fun all the time.
Or I'm also coming at it from the perspective of I'm identifying way too much with way too many characters, because I've got both the nerdy kid side and, oh my God, I am a mom of freaked out kids side. So I kind of double whammied that show. So it was real tense.
I don't get Stranger Things. I watched it all, but I don't get it.
You didn't get it?
I don't understand why everybody loves it so much.
Because it's brilliantly acted, wonderfully shot, and incredibly beautiful.
It's kind of boring.
You're fired. Out of the cannon, into the sun.
It's
like you and Vajra are both fired because you're both wrong.
It's the other holy grail of pop culture.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with pop culture.
Yes, it is. Did you see that freaking season 2 trailer? They're like, look at all the cultural references are fitting in here. They're dressed up as Ghostbusters, everybody.
It is very
set in Halloween 1984.
It was very look at how 80s.
Yeah, it was very look at how 80s we can be. And I don't think that detracted from it, but it is definitely a true statement to say that show was a love letter to the 80s.
I don't think that was necessarily like, I think that's a feature, not a bug, because I feel like it was set in 1983 and 1984 for a reason, because there are very particular things going on in the country in that time that they're focusing on here. I mean, that's this whole Dungeons and Dragons satanic panic thing going on there, which is, I mean, it's not like Reddit Player One where they said it in the 80s because lol, I love the 80s. They said it in the 80s because there's no, it's not. Because Reddit Player One is not set in the 80s.
Right, but
half of it is.
Right, half it already happened. I don't know. I understand that I am alone on an island on this one with most of society does not agree with me. But and particularly the season 2 trailer did not, it set me off because I was just like, this is just a lot of 80s cultural references. What are you guys doing that's, different?
But you also watch a lot of horror, like I don't, and so like this is like the scariest thing that I watch, and so therefore I haven't seen all of the tropes and stuff play out. So anything that they're pulling from that it's all new to me, so that's good too.
That's fair, and I'm sorry that you.
I'm not sorry at all. This is perfect.
Think that's scary. It's not scary.
It's a little scary.
It's suspenseful.
It's a little scary.
It's not suspenseful. What, you think they're at the end of season 1? You thought they were really going to send like Will off into like
that one girl didn't make it back
forever or whatever. She had the glasses that said, "I'm not coming back from this."
She did have, but she didn't have sex though.
No, well, that's true. But she was the other end where she was too nerdy to live. Like it was pretty obvious that she was not coming back.
I actually was a little surprised Will came back.
Well, and I thought they weren't going to do a season 2. I thought the end was perfect.
I agree with that.
I'm a little sad that they're doing a season. Not sad.
I'm not sad. I need Millie Bobby Brown in my life all the time, forever.
I mean, I'm happy. It will be awesome that there's a season 2, but it could have just been one and been perfectly fine. I think it was a nice self-contained season, and I feel like they are probably gonna have to shoehorn, bringing 11 back, and she sacrificed herself for the kids, but she's back, everybody.
But
so
she
it's
didn't
okay.
sacrifice herself.
No, she's in the upside down,
living in the woods. The sheriff was bringing her Eggos in a little box.
Oh yeah, was she alive? It was unclear whether she was alive or whether she was like.
Oh no, it was pretty clear she was alive. He was leaving her food that was disappearing.
Right, but it could have been a coyote.
Oh.
I like that. It was a coyote. I would watch that season 2
because we know coyotes love Eggos.
Okay. We're gonna wrap this up. My room's getting really warm here, and I'm starting to melt. So this podcast is gonna wrap up now. I mean, is there any other trailers that you're particularly? I mean, it is like 7:30. It is an appropriate time for us to wrap things up. Was there anything else particularly exciting? Comicon trailer, Westworld season 2 trailer.
Haven't watched the first season yet.
Oh, okay. Don't watch the season 2 trailer because it gives away a lot about season 1. But I will say, for those who did watch it and did watch the season 2 trailer, I was disappointed by the end of Westworld season 1. Seeing the season 2 trailer, I'm like, okay, I'll come back. You have another shot. Their trailer won another shot with me because it looks like they're going batshit. It's going to be really weird. That's all I got. Anything else from the trailers?
I don't remember, other than not understanding. Oh, who's the like weird cyborg guy in Justice League?
Cyborg.
Okay. I sort of thought his name. I sort of actually thought that was his name, but I wasn't.
Vajra has started watching the Flash television show.
It's good. The first it's fun.
It's really bad, and all their character names. He was trying to explain to me the other day, like that there's like a character called Reverse Flash, who is just like the evil version of Flash. And I'm like, wouldn't that piss you off if you're like a superhero, but you have to be like Reverse Flash? You don't even get your own name. You're just
there's a reason he's called Reverse Flash.
It's dumb. And like all their names are stupid for things. It's all
does
Vajra
watch the other DC TV shows?
Probably when I'm not around. I don't know why he would do that.
We should kick you off the podcast, and then Arrow and Vajra and I can talk about the DC universe.
Maybe we can do that next episode.
Well, yeah, we need to get rid of Leora, and then we can talk about the DCAU, which is the best
The Arrow,
version
that's
of
the Arrow
Disney.
universe. Is that the Arrow one? The Arrowverse?
Animated.
Oh. What about the Arrow universe?
Oh, that's way too dark. I don't. That's not a Green Arrow I
Is
enjoy.
it? Is it dark?
Yeah,
It is
Arrow
I
is
might
real
like that
dark.
then.
so
Oh.
Arrow is so here's the deal. Arrow is the dark one. Um Flash is the like middle ground sort of campy one, and Supergirl is the ultra campy one.
It's
Also
not-
also fun, but
All right. Yeah, all three of those are not for me.
and then wait, there's also Legends of Tomorrow, I think they're called. Is that
Oh
what
my
they're called?
god, he made me
That-
watch an episode of that, and that was
That
so
one's
bad.
so bad. It's so bad. We tried really hard because I got to know what's going on with all the characters, but no, I
Not
don't
even
need to know.
Wentworth Miller could make me watch that show.
Well, they also like retconned the like guy who's like half professor, half bro, flame on guy. They retconned half of him out of the person that he was when he showed up in The Flash and was
Right.
created.
Yeah, that was no good. I have watched the first season of Legion, which is on FX, and it is fantastic. It is
Okay.
it is amazing. It is, I mean, technically it's a superhero show. If I should explain to me who this guy is, I don't remember.
Is it Legion?
Yeah, maybe he's like the son of maybe the secret Charles Xavier's son, something like that.
Okay.
okay.
But anyway, the show is super duper. It's really weird and artsy, and it is just not your typical superhero show. And I really enjoyed that. It is very much.
I
for you.
watched Lucifer, which just got picked up for a new season,
I did it.
which hits that. I stopped watching because I was super invested in it, and it was on the bubble, so I didn't want to like get stuck on a cliffhanger, and then they weren't going to give me anymore. But it got picked up for another one, and like apparently the sweet spot for superhero comic book TV shows for me is like wonky procedurals.
That show is
Like-
super weird. I had trouble with
Like
that show.
straight CSI is really boring to me, but if you give me a buddy cop show where half of the buddy cop pair is literally the devil, that's me. I'm right there.
Yeah, that
And
show.
I'm still hoping that maybe like Morpheus will show up at some point. They'll have a Sandman cameo in there because that's where this Lucifer is from.
Man, yeah, I don't know that show. I couldn't do that show.
It's so great.
I have been watching Haven. That's pretty fun.
Haven is one of my all-time favorites. Again, wonky procedurals.
Yeah, that one, like everything is clearly magic and fucked up, and just everybody's like, yeah, it's cool. It's just that's the way the town is. It's fine. And the main lady's like, I guess that's the way this town is.
Yeah. Stephen King, man.
But it's cool because it's like playing more Uncharted.
I watched Scandinavian slasher movies all weekend, so
Oh my god.
Scandinavian slasher movies.
Yeah, they're
like
good
Dead
because it's-
Snow.
like Dead Snow and Dead Snow 2.
Oh my god, there's a Dead Snow too. Of course there's a Dead
Yes,
Snow.
and it's so good. But also there's a bunch of like that's the thing, slashers in the frozen Scandinavian wasteland.
Do they all have one of those shots where the blood goes shooting and there's like a splatter across perfectly white snow?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. I watched yesterday the original Prom Night from like 1981 with Jamie Lee Curtis. That's good stuff.
That is good stuff.
I like classic slashers, so that was
Classic
that's good.
slashers are my favorite.
Oh, I had some homework I was supposed to assign us. Can I quickly
did?
say what it is? Because
What's your
I've been
homework?
told that the internet is aflutter with this dating sim game about daddies.
Daddy dating. Yeah.
So Talon said that I was supposed to assign all of us to play daddy dating over the next couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
what's it called? Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator.
You
the
are a
internet is
dad
flutter
looking
over
for
it.
other hot and or gothy dads to date.
You're a widower dad, middle-aged widower dad, and you are looking for other hot middle-aged dads to date with your teen daughter. And you can, yeah.
This sounds right up your alley, Lior, except that it's people and not birds.
I am disappointed that it's not birds. It would have been cooler if it was daddy birds, but it's on my list. I would buy that.
Is there going to be a sequel with moms?
There was people who I won't say their names because maybe they won't do it, but there's a number of people on Twitter who sort of have all come together and want to do a mom version.
Because I'm tired of dad games.
I'm also a little tired of dad games. I think it's cool that it's a dad dating other dads, and I like, the whole concept of that. But that being said, I agree. I would like to see middle-aged ladies being, cool and dateable.
There's a middle-aged mom in the Old Republic who is romanceable and also incredibly badass.
See, that's very cool. I'm into that.
Thanks, Star Wars.
Did you guys see the trailer for Proud Mary with Taraji Henson as a assassin?
No, but that sounds amazing.
Go look that up after this podcast.
Even acting.
Yeah, I know. Go look it up. It looks fucking amazing. She kicks major ass and wears cool clothes. And
fantastic.
I'm like, yeah,
I'm down for that.
Yeah, into that. That's it. We're wrapping this up now.
Hooray!
Thank you for watching and or listening. We are on Twitter at Totally Legit Pod. We are online at totallylegitpublishing.com/the podcast. One day I'm going to figure out what that is. And yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, or maybe I won't be back. Maybe Vajra will be back to talk about DC things. And I'll sit in the other room and watch us on the TV and shout things. That's when I think you're wrong. Sounds good. Aaron, Ellie, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
You are quite welcome.
Oh, that was very good. Good operator voices. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.